Good morning, friends. Good afternoon, good evening. I don't know whenever you're watching this. Hello, friends. I'm at the dog park today, and the trees that line the park are filled with birds. I'm blind. I think that they're starlings. They sound like starlings. So let me just get closer. But like this tree right here is covered in them. They're here. This tree. Do you hear them? Oh yeah, I can see these guys in the bushes here. I don't know if you can, but these are starlings. Gotta watch where I'm walking. Here we go. I hope that you can hear them. To be a pretty avid bird watcher back in the early 2000s is when I started. And what started it was actually my move to Borden, just outside of Barrie, Ontario. Before that I was in Sudbury, and before that I was in Labrador City. So I had not really seen a starling. I'm sure there was starlings in Sudbury, but bird watching wasn't sort of on my hyperfixation list. In Sudbury, my hyperfixation was reptiles. I would go out looking for snakes a lot. But birds became an interest as I moved to Borden, and what a great place to sort of foster that interest. Many different bird species. I had a life list. But anyway, starlings I really got to know in Borden. And they are so neat. I think a lot of people may think of them as pests or maybe not even notice them, but I think that they're beautiful. The shapes that they make in the sky as they flock together, it becomes, thousands and thousands of entities become one, and I think that that's magical and beautiful. I was speaking with a poet the other day. This poet named Sylvie, and she writes beautiful, beautiful poetry. And the other day I had the honor of reading a poem that she wrote about the starlings. And I wish I had it here right now so that I could quote it to you, because it's truly beautiful. And as I look at these starlings, look at them instead of looking at my face, but as I look at these starlings, I am reminded of her poem. I could just sit and look at these birds all day, living their little lives, having their little dramas. My imagination creates different stories and different timelines. Anyway, I really wanted to share this with y'all. It's like medicine. Also, can we take a moment? Okay, starlings, you are the star of the show, but can we also take a moment and admire these naked trees? Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Look how straight that trunk is, and then how it sort of branches off. This looks like a lung or like an artery. It looks like it belongs in a human, right? Look at that. Look at all that fine detail in there. This beautiful tree. I find that when I'm painting trees, which is all the time, if you know my artwork, you know that there's not much out there without a tree in it. Sometimes I get into sort of overthinking trees, like, oh, well, that's not right. But as we look at trees, don't you feel that there is no wrong way to tree, right? I've taught a few paint classes, and that was a big concern that was brought up by the attendees, is that, you know, I'm afraid to do the tree wrong. And it's like, there's no such thing as a wrong tree. Have you ever gone into the forest and thought, oh, that tree is all wrong. You're not treeing correctly. No, look how different these trees are. Look, this one with the mane, this one has many. They reach for different things. They're all living their own separate life, have their own separate goals. Oh, there's an analogy there about people, I'm sure. But none of them are wrong. None of them are incorrect. They're perfect just as they are. And I mean, this sounds corny, friends, but so are you. I honestly, video was going to go here today, but it is. Because I honestly struggle sometimes, often, I'm going to be honest, I struggle often, daily, with things like imposter syndrome and all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's so crippling that all I can do is just go to bed. You know what I mean? It's just sleep. But these trees are just here, you know, perfect. They're perfect just as they are. Nobody has an expectation of them. To be anything else other than a tree. And I know that nobody has any expectation of me to be anything else other than Abby. All of these expectations that I have are placed there by myself. Oh, that's something. That's something. And if other people do have expectations of me, that's none of my business. It's not my business what people think of me. Yeah, there's definitely a lesson here with the trees. Oh, I wish I could. I wish you could see. I don't know if you can. Look at them all. Look at them all. All those birds, all those trees, all those unique and beautiful trees just treeing. Yeah, okay, a little bit more all over the place than I thought it would be. But I have been sort of in my head a lot. So I think that the lesson here today is that, you know what, I just need to allow myself to grow, and I need to reach for my light source. You know, these trees are reaching for their light source, which is our sun. And while I need the sun, it is my light source. Us humans, we can have other light sources, right, other than the sun. Something that makes my heart happy, that makes me happy. And as long as I'm focusing on that and reaching towards that, then I'm doing good. Then I'm correct, I guess. Then I'm right. And not correct, not right as in like, I'm right, you're wrong. It's not that kind of, it's like a rightness, I guess. Vocabulary isn't vocabularying. But I just got to relax. I just got to relax and let whatever will be, will be. And most importantly, remain true to myself, right? That's the key. That's the key. It really is, to remain true to myself. And to not doubt that truth. I think that I also struggle with that. You know what I mean? Like, these are some things that I want, or things that I believe, or things that I feel, and I'm afraid to share that. I'm afraid to talk about that, because I've always gone against the grain. I've always been an outcast and sort of a weirdo. Oh, yeah. I had a hard time in school. I had a hard time growing up. Anyway. I got a lot to think about this morning, and I didn't think about that. All I thought was I was going to show you some beautiful starlings and these beautiful trees. And now here I am having another existential moment, brought to you by the Mineral Mama. Anyway, guys, I hope that you had a lovely week. It's Friday. I hope that you have wonderful weekend plans ahead. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.